Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. I wanted to come on here and talk about Snowdrop. I had heard so much stuff about Snowdrop. I think at the beginning we heard it was supposed to be released earlier, and then there was some controversial. Apparently in South Korea, they had an issue with the way it portrayed South Korea's, I guess, history, and then throwing in romance. People are not happy about it, so I think it delayed the drop, but finally it did drop. And I think what happened was when they did drop it, maybe it must have been a month or 2 months ago, it was more in Asia or in the other parts of the world. And then maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, it finally came on Disney Plus USA. So I was glad to finally see it. I'm like, I can't wait to see this show because I've heard so much controversy about it. So I was like, I really can't wait to see it. And so, like I said, it's now on Disney Plus USA, so you can see it. And I have to say, first of all, it has one of our favorite actors. I love him, Hae-in, who's right there. He was in DP, Desert Pursuit, which I reviewed that, so check my link up here. He's an excellent actor, and I think they tend to give him movies or shows that have to do with military, because once again, this is also about, being in the military or serving your government, something like that. Just like in Desert Pursuit, it was the same thing. He was in the military, and they were talking about all that stuff that goes in there. And so is this one, where it was very controversial. I mean, there was so much going on with this show. It was like, obviously we have the North Korea and South Korea issues going on. And then obviously he is he's from North Korea. And then obviously if you keep watching, you will see that he was almost sent by North Korea to go to South Korea for a mission. Very politically driven. And then obviously innocent people get caught up in there. And then in the middle of all that, they throw in a love story. And then we also have the girl lives in the dorm. By the way, excellent actress. Her name is Jisoo. My understanding is she's new. And I guess this must be like one of her major debut. She did an excellent job. So I thought it was a really excellent show. But just to give you a synopsis, so like I said, he's sent from North Korea, and his story is very interesting because we see that it is his dad who looks to be in a very high governmental position, and he's sent to go to South Korea for a mission, right? And then obviously as the story is told, we realize the dad was not really biological. He was adopted by him. And what's crazy is that he was almost trained for this mission. It's almost like they described it as him being a weapon for North Korea to come to South Korea, right? And then obviously he comes to South Korea for that mission, which even them, they did not know what the mission was until you're in North Korea, and then you're being given information, and then you realize what you're there for. And then while he's there, he meets Jisoo's character. She lives in a dorm, and they had gone to, one of those like going out to eat with guys, and that's how they met. And from the beginning, it was like, when you meet somebody and you have that crush, that's how it was for the two of them. And then they live in a dorm, and as the story progresses, we find out she's also a daughter of a very prominent person from South Korea, right? So it's interesting, crazy. And then really what, propels the show is that he gets hurt. And now there's rumors that he could be a North Korean spy. And when he gets hurt, she ends up hiding him in the dormitory where they live. And he's wounded, and so she's helping him with the wound. And in that process, obviously, it's a K-drama. They fall in love, right? However, now he gets his marching orders, and he's like, I gotta leave, I gotta get out of here. And we're like, okay, that's the end. We thought they were done. And actually, that's that scene right here, right? Like, bye, you know? And he ends up going. However, he gets his mission, and then once again, he has to go hiding and comes to the dormitory. And when he gets there, they pretty much, to hold their position, he has to hold the girls who live in the dormitory as hostages, while North Korea and South Korea go back and forth about what they want from each other, which I'm not gonna give too much because if you haven't watched, I don't want to spoil the whole plot. But in the middle of all that, there is just so many different characters. We got corrupt politicians and their wives are in there. We've got some people who are in the dormitory that you would never know, that you think they're good people, but they could end up being spies. You don't know who is good and who is bad. And at the end of it all, sometimes they come in together where they start off as enemies, and then before you know it, you have to be friends to make it. Because I'm just gonna say, by the time the show is coming to an end, they want to blow up this dormitory. And so everybody who's in the dormitory all of a sudden is like, we have to be together, right? I thought it was a very interesting show. I don't want to give too much of a plot because that would really mess up for anybody who's watching. But I would say, all in all, it was an excellent show. It is has a lot of ups and downs, even for their relationship. She can't trust him. Like, I thought you were a good guy. Are you a bad guy? Are you a spy? Not a spy? What is going on? So that's what they do, is they take you through the ups and downs of the whole thing. And there's many characters when they're stuck in that dormitory and they're not sure if they're being shot at or killed at. And then the ending, the ending is what it was supposed to be. There was no other way it would end with what happened. And once again, I can't say because that would be terrible to spoil that for you. But as much as that was very touching, that is the only way it would have ended. Because even the fact that he's from North Korea and South Korea, it already offers really issues of how do we navigate that, right? Kind of reminded me a little bit of Crash Landing on You. Remember how he was from North Korea, she was from South Korea, and they're trying to make their love relationship work. So anyway, I wanted to quickly jump on here and say it's an excellent show. It has, like I said, politics, it has espionage, it has action, it has romance, it has some crazy characters. Many crazy characters. Like there was one girl who was on there who was like the receptionist who always felt pushed away, and only to find out her story and how her sister was accused of many things and why she acts the way she is. There's so many characters and so many stories that you're gonna fall in love, and then you're gonna be like, oh my God, I did not realize who you are, because they keep revealing more and more information. So is it worth a watch? Absolutely. I think it was an excellent show, well done. The actors did a fantastic job. Have you watched it? Let me know what you think. I believe it's worth a watch. If you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign international show. Deuces.